Three, two, one. Roll the footage. Welcome back, everybody, to the Strategy Show. I'm your host, Simon Severino. Today, the two gentlemen that we have here, they took an e-commerce store from 0 to 350,000 in their first 8 months without having any knowledge and experience in e-commerce. Now they use these skills to help other e-com stores grow. Welcome, everybody. Kory, Szostak, and Rodney, Zachariuk.
Thanks for having us, Simon. Appreciate it.
So cool to have you here. E-commerce is so relevant right now, and you have some juicy CEO tips for us. You will discover with us why determination matters, why data is digital gold, and how you can take your decisions based more on evidence than on fantasy, and why you should treat your body well as an entrepreneur, especially in the intense years. So cool to have you here, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're very excited to be on the show.
So what are you currently creating?
Currently, we're creating multiple brands right now. We're kind of going through the process of refining our standard operating procedures as much as we can so we can get, I guess, the quickest results from creating brands as possible. So going from 0 to having a fully functioning brand running. Ultimately, we're just kind of working on our processes right now and trying to get that down and trying to optimize the most optimized or minimal amount of processes or steps it takes to get to successfully running a brand.
And you are balancing both building your own company and consulting others. How do you balance that?
Yeah, I mean, we've learned a lot over the last 2 years that we've started working for ourselves, and it's mostly time management, being able to track your results, planning ahead. So in that sense, we have, a couple people that we like to work with or help. And right now we're currently living in a house with a couple other e-commerce entrepreneurs. So in that sense, we've got a pretty tight-knit community that we are using together to grow and collaborate and work and learn from each other. So, the return on investment that we're getting from immersing ourselves in this type of environment over the next year, and coincidentally, due to COVID, it's going to help us all grow immensely. Like, we're so excited, we don't even know what to expect. What's to come, but it's going to be positive for everyone.
Yeah.
How is the e-commerce industry doing overall? Everybody says, oh, e-commerce is growing. I was on a panel with Google last week, and they showed that in Europe, e-commerce is growing 33% overall. What is your observation, the people around you? Are they all growing, or is it more of a mixed situation?
Yeah, it definitely seems like people are growing in e-commerce right now. I guess due to COVID, definitely due to COVID, the shift from, in-person retail stores to online e-commerce has been insane. So we're really starting to, it was the initial catalyst to kind of make that switch from traditional retail to e-commerce. So a lot more people are becoming more comfortable shopping online now. So we're really starting to see a surge in e-commerce purchases and just more buyers in the market that wouldn't traditionally be there, switching from those traditional brick and mortar stores to purchasing online and just becoming more comfortable overall with the process. So I think it's definitely very, very positive for e-commerce market in general.
Your CEO tip number 1 is about determination. Why?
Because first and foremost, I would say choosing the path of entrepreneurship, all you're doing is solving problems. Every day, there's no playbook for what you're doing. So everything that you come across is essentially just a challenge, a barrier, a puzzle, whatever you want to call it. And your only job is to get to the other side of that. right? So other things aside that we mentioned as our other tips, I kind of feel, or we kind of feel that getting through these problems, they determine whether you're going to be successful or not, right? And at every step of the way, you have to imagine there's people that are dropping off, and those are the people that, maybe they're only scaling their business to 5 figures a month, maybe 6, maybe 7, but to really get to the next level, you have to continuously learn and solve and adapt to the environment, adapt to what your own businesses are doing and experiencing, and at the end of the day, as soon as you say I'm done, that's kind of the end of the road for you. So for us, we're just determined to push it as far as we can go, and all that comes down to is solving the problems ahead of us and taking a calculated approach.
Yeah. And ultimately, you can't fail unless you give up. So if you're determined and you keep pushing through, eventually something will work. So it's just having that determination and that mindset of, I'm going to test a million different things before something works, and I'll finally hit that one thing that does work, and I'll continue on with that. So you never know how far away that next win is. So you just got to keep pushing through.
I love it. In our accelerator, so our coaching program of 90 days has just 3 goals for the 90 days, and every goal gets a number. So, and every 7 days we measure, for example, revenue, NPS, and new number of new customers. We measure every 7 days. So we have 12 times experiments running, and one will hit. So if you are disciplined, if you are determined, one will hit. And don't lose the hope that you can get data, because you can get data today. The times are over where your billboards and your actions do not create data and you have to hope and wish. You can actually measure pretty much everything that you're doing in terms of market response.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful. Yeah, I was just going to say that's the beautiful thing about testing stuff is even if it's a failure, you gain information that is crucial to your business and crucial to you as growing as an entrepreneur. So every single failure that you have, in quotes, there's no true failures, right? If you continue to progress on. So it's just a learning lesson that you're going to be able to apply to the next step that is going to just slingshot you even further and further down the rabbit hole. So just continue pushing on and collect that data.
Absolutely. Before we go to your CEO tip number 2 about data as digital gold, let's go to our segment, the Strategy Award. If you could only pick one person, when everybody is zigging, this person is zagging, but from your perspective, they are doing the right thing. Who is this person?
I would say probably our old roommate, Rula. He was our personal trainer. And when we initially moved into the house we were living in before we moved here, it was us two and another friend. And we knew that moving forward, as we kind of got some of our systems down and our business kind of steady to a degree, we had the opportunity to bring in another person to live with us, and we figured that someone who would bring the most benefit would be a personal trainer who happened to be one of our really, really good friends that we've traveled with extensively. So by bringing him in, he gave us so much knowledge on just our diet and biohacking through sleep, what we eat, small little tricks to help you breathe properly or get your form and everything, all your cues ready in the gym, teaching us everything about the gym in general that we thought we knew, but realized quickly we actually knew nothing the whole time. So yeah, I would say Rula.
Yeah, and it was a good step forward of changing our mindset, trying to optimize the business solely, and then shifting to optimizing ourselves because we are the business. So we really took that step, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs are kind of missing that piece when they try to progress forward, because there's only so much you can do from a technical side before you start optimizing your energy levels, your body, your mindset, and so forth. So I think that was a really good thing. And yeah, he definitely is. He's zigging while everyone else is zagging. So
Powerful. And I couldn't resonate more with that. I just started 2 weeks ago to work with a personal trainer on weightlifting because I suck at weightlifting.
Yeah.
And I'm only good in a CrossFit environment where I have a group that pushes me. But right now, with lockdown, we don't have so many groups around here. So
Yeah.
that extra push is so important. And of course, it's a lot of money per month,
Mhm.
but it is well spent.
Definitely. Yeah. The ROI is it's unimaginable, right? The investment that you get from investing in yourself is it's unlimited potential. So
Absolutely. And how are you guys moving forward right now? What are the goals for this last quarter? Where are you headed to?
we're definitely looking to just really expand our customer base for one of our main stores. We're switching from more of a front end mindset to a back end mindset. So acquiring assets, acquiring email lists, acquiring messenger lists, trying to really build the brand, Instagram following, and whatnot. So we really want to create a robust brand, and that's kind of the step forward that we're trying to make here. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, take advantage of Q4. I mean,
Mhm.
of course, with the current pandemic situation, most people will be shopping online, and with the convenience of it, it's only expected to grow, and it is growing. So, yeah, as we head into Q4 here, start Q4, I guess now our goal is to just really put together a proper plan, or continue putting together the plan we're creating, and capitalize as much as possible, as we feel we've generated enough experience to know what we really want to get done this year.
Mhm.
What is one book that inspired you recently?
Um, I really liked the book The Slight Edge. I think it was very insightful on just like compound interest of your actions, and it kind of focuses on just small little incremental progressions each day, and that helps you get to the point where you can be successful at something, or you can really develop a skill. So I think it's a good mindset and a way of thinking, just because a lot of people will go into things thinking that, like drop shipping or e-commerce or something like that, thinking that I'll do this for a month, and if I'm not successful at it, then I'm just bad at it. And that's kind of like the wrong mindset to approach it, because first of all, it's a difficult space to enter because there's so much information that you just need to learn and consume initially, just to kind of be brought up to speed. And if you have the slight edge, or like the continuous mindset approach, then you can kind of slowly, gradually build up your catalog of knowledge, and from there you can develop it into a more refined skill set. So yeah, I really liked that book.
What are the main KPIs that you're looking at right now in your business?
Mostly customer acquisition. So how much it costs for us to acquire a customer. We're really in like customer growth mindset right now, where we want to just build our customer list and build our following, so we can continually sell and then potentially make an exit for this business in the future. So we really just want to build up those assets, and we're just looking at how cheaply we can get a customer into our funnel, and how much it costs for us to kind of retain that person, and then what their lifetime value is, so we can spend more to acquire that customer.
If somebody is listening right now and wants to become a follower, where they can be in your orbit?
Yeah, so we are going to be living in this house, as we mentioned earlier, and what we kind of spoke about, and it's kind of an overarching goal and an idea here, Orbit, is the idea of Kaizen. Pretty much, adapting, or sorry, not adapting, but making improvements, little minor improvements every day, and constantly adapting to your environment and improving yourself. So we are working in this house as Kaizen Ecom. There's four of us: myself, Rodney, Hayder, and Connor. And so you guys can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Kaizen Ecom. We will be posting content there in the future. We are literally, today is the first day we've all moved in. So caught us at a time where we're still in transition, but we are excited to move forward. We're going to be talking a lot about the growth mindset, how you can approach all these problems we face as entrepreneurs. You'll get an inside look at, how we operate daily, the failures we go through. There's a lot of people that post about success out there, but you have to go through these failures and they're not easy. So we want to kind of bring light to what it's really like for what we're doing, because there's a lot of questions we get and it's very difficult to explain ourselves to people that aren't in the industry.
I absolutely love it. Yeah, from the failures we can learn so much, because as you said, they are mainly insights. I tried that, this happened. I overlooked that, this happened. This time I would do it differently.
Yeah.
What is one thing you recently changed your mind about?
Just delegating more things. Really stop being a perfectionist so much, and starting to delegate more things so we can accomplish more. We were kind of in a perfectionist mindset for a while there, where we were trying to do a lot of things that was taking up a lot more time than we needed to. And we really needed to kind of shift our mindset, which we've now shifted to more of a strategic and kind of CEO position type mindset, where we're focusing on strategy, grand vision of the business and the direction of, I guess, the components of the whole machine of the business from an outside point of view versus being an internal component of the machine. So we've removed ourselves, and are kind of in the progression of removing ourselves as much as possible from the, I guess, daily tasks or like the daily movement of the machine. And we're more now just strategy and looking at how we can improve the function, speed, optimization, and overall output of the machine. So shifting our mindset to a kind of delegation mindset and training people and building proper, standard operating procedures has been a huge beneficial shift for us. So that's what we're really looking to continue to do in the future as well.
This is so important. If you are a founder, try to come soon to this point where you see yourself more as the owner and the machine builder, and less of the CEO and part of the machine.
Right.
This is so important. And you got there pretty quickly. How long are you in this business?
We started our first e-commerce store about 2 years ago.
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
Yeah, so it's been pretty quick here, but we're still learning as much as we can every day. We still have so much to learn. In the grand scheme of things, like we're beginners still, right? So, and we always want to be in that kind of beginner mindset, that growth mindset. So we're just going to continue to try to learn as much as we can, consume as much information, analyze that information and conduct tests and see what works for our business, and continue to try to progress forward through that mindset.
This is quite excellent. 2 years is really fast. Most of our clients need 5 to 7 years to get to that point where they just build the machine and don't run the machine. Even some clients of us, they are 22 years in their business and they are still part of the machine because it's running well. And when it's running well, it's even harder to step out.
Right.
So congrats.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Thank you.
And this is just the start of your exciting journey.
Oh yeah. It's kind of gotten us to the point where we realize now how big the opportunity is here, and it's just kind of unlocked, I guess, more of the vision overall of what we can truly accomplish, which is super exciting. So
the networking opportunity that it brought us has been, we couldn't have imagined the type of people that we've met along the way, and how much they've helped us and how much opportunity they kind of expanded our minds to. So it's only just beginning, and of course, with the pandemic, people are kind of being forced to shop online, or we're seeing that shift go online. So we're in a very, very decent position that we believe we can, take on for the future here. So we just want to continue building experience and see where it takes us.
Thank you so much, Kory and Rodney, for sharing this with us. Who should be my next guest?
So,
I think we'd really love this.
yeah.
Yeah, the guy we mentioned earlier, Rula. Rula Fitness, his website is themodernarchetype.com. And he is exactly, the guy that has shifted a lot of our mindset and a lot of the growth to we are becoming the asset now. We want to focus on us, and he's really helped us kind of get into that mindset and perspective of take care of your body, take care of your mental health first, and the success will follow because you will have that burning desire and intrinsic motivation to continue through any of these barriers you come across because you do see the end goal and you want to make sure that your body is well equipped to get there.
Yeah, as well as physical energy and mental clarity to go alongside the mission that you're trying to accomplish. It's huge.
Yeah, he's very niched down into the biohacking kind of fitness side of things.
Entrepreneurial kind of optimization.
Yeah, his focus is helping entrepreneurs to optimize their body and mind through being in the gym, proper supplementation, proper diet, proper sleep, and proper breathing, and all these different areas you wouldn't even imagine which even exist, but they make a difference. And we're walking proof of that just based upon how we felt and operated in the beginning to where we are now. It's 1,000% return.
Yeah.
This is so important because the entrepreneurial journey, of course, is an outward problem solving, but it's also an inner journey, and it's a series of sprints. I say it as the CEO of Strategy Sprints. It's not one sprint, it's a series of sprints, and we need to have this energy over the long run, and our energy needs to go up and not down. And in the first years, we are usually working too much, sleeping not enough, eating not well enough. This is really important. Self-care right now in this funky year. Take care of yourself. So thank you so much for sharing this. This is so relevant. I hope you, Kory, Rodney, stay safe, your surroundings stay safe, and your business continues on this beautiful path. Thank you for sharing this, and see you soon.